humans, I'm Yoshiller, and in today's video, I shall be discussing my video production plans for the upcoming year of 2017. However, before I can accurately state what I plan to do for this upcoming year, I feel that it is important that I review and assess this past year. So, how did 2016 go for me? Well, you know, when I look back and think of all the great things that happened in 2015, I can think of One Punch Man, Undertale, Rick and Morty Season 2, Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, Yoshi's Woolly World, my experiences at PAX East and PAX West, my experience at E3, my involvement with Nintendo, my first time writing for Go Nintendo, my involvement with various people in the YouTube community, and the plethora of amazing game announcements and trailers for the future years. With 2016, the first things that come to mind are the rise of drama channels, and the crazy election, and the death of influencers like Muhammad Ali, and a rather minimal showcase of major Nintendo games, and all of the crazy stress that my friends and I went through this year. Though, to be a bit more fair to 2016, there were plenty of great movies, and a fair share of not so great movies, but there were plenty of great movies. The Pokemon Go phenomenon was pretty amazing, and I started to work at That One Video Gamer toward the end of the year, but there are plenty of people who are just flat out dissatisfied with 2016 as a whole, and I totally get it. I especially felt that 2016 was mostly a letdown for me. Let me elaborate. When I started 2016, I kicked things off by making a video that was very similar to the one that you're currently watching. I made a video that would address my plans for 2016, and I discussed my plans by reviewing 2015. So, 2015 also had its fair share of high points and low points, but the high points were so life-changing that I decided to strive for a year that would be filled with positive promises and dedication. I set a list of goals in the video that I hope to accomplish by the end of the year, so let's see how those goals turned out. The first goal that I set in the video was this. I aimed to reach 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube account by the end of the year. Did I make it? Nope. I'm currently sitting at about 82,000 subscribers. The second goal was to reach 8,000 Twitter followers. Did I make it? Nope. I'm currently at about 6,400 Twitter followers. The third goal was a mental note. I wanted to feel better about my videos and I wanted to make them more engaging. Did I succeed? Kinda? I feel like some of my more recent videos have had a lot more effort put into them than my ones in years past. But for the most part, I don't really know if I achieved this goal either. The fourth goal was to continue my upload schedule of posting at least one new video every day. Did that work? Well, I was consistent for the first 3 months of the year, and I was consistent from about June to September, but that doesn't mean that I've posted a new video every day, right? So technically, this goal was not met. The fifth goal was to create at least one new analysis video every month. How did I do? Well, I only made 3 analysis videos throughout the entirety of the year, the last of which I feel wasn't done very well, and that was back in June. And the sixth and final goal that I set for myself was to continue creating Whatever Wednesday videos. Well, I started to do that, but those videos were far and few. So, what were the results? I mean, I kinda did half of the goals, but you know, half doesn't really mean much. That's upsetting. Why didn't I reach any of these goals? Was I reaching too high? Was I being unrealistic? Was I being lazy? Well, here's what I think. My idea of success for video production is to be consistent, persistent, and simplistic. The consistency will bring in a dedicated audience, the persistency will allow me to create better products, and the simplicity will ensure that my audience and myself are able to understand one another. In order to fulfill this idea and achieve this sort of mentality, I decided that I would try to upload a new video every day, and that's why I set all of these goals. This would typically consist of walkthrough videos on the weekdays and multiplayer matches on the weekends. For the first 3 months of the year, in fact I think for the first 64 days of the year exactly, I was able to provide a new video on a daily basis. It was tough, but I did it. I had walkthroughs like Yoshi's Woolly World and Super Mario Bros. 1 to occupy the weekdays, and I had games like Splatoon and Super Smash Bros. To occupy the weekends. I brought in all sorts of guests and I tried all sorts of different ideas. Overall, I was able to manage pretty well. During all of this, I also worked on some more intensive videos, like my analysis videos, and some of my miscellaneous Smash and Splatoon videos also started to require some extra editing work. I even experimented with a few other ideas. I had things like Fun February, where each of my weekend videos would be based on online matches that I'd have against fans. And then for the last week of the month, I would play fan-submitted Mario Maker levels. On my Twitter, I held some amiibo and gift card giveaways, and those proved to be rather successful. And even in March, I was fortunate enough to collaborate with Chugga Conroy on his Pokemon Platinum Let's Play, and I was able to attend a special event at WonderCon, courtesy of Nintendo themselves. And even around this time, the Game Grumps actually played one of my Super Mario Maker levels, and they liked it.
Wow, this is actually kind of clever.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What happens if you jump?
Whoa.
Yeah, oof.
Whoa.
Oh, you have to protect yourself.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Man, this is intense.
Well, I just figured it out, so... This part.
So everything seemed good, but right after all that, right when things seemed like they were going to be great, things kinda fell apart. And as many of you know, I stopped creating videos for several months. Due to some personal drama, it seemed like it just wasn't worth it to keep putting all of this effort into these videos if this drama would forever haunt me. So I began working on some non-YouTube projects in the meantime, and while I did that, it seems like a lot of people just thought I completely vanished. You see, with many other Let's Players now entering the scene and with YouTube's constant algorithm changes that promote consistency in growing channels, my absence definitely hurt my channel. And aside from all that, I had now just shattered my goal of creating a new video every day. I figured that at that point, since the goal had already been ruined, I may as well just abandon all these goals altogether. So, of course, my channel growth was severely stunted, and my passion for creating videos and pursuing my goals was gone. I kept having this mentality of, why should I bother? So when I finally did get back into creating videos at the end of May, my viewership had hit a new low, as very few people heard about my return. And since YouTube keeps promoting these newer videos that have a lot of views, my new video that people hadn't seen wasn't getting promoted. In fact, a lot of people probably didn't even get it in their subscription box, but that's another topic. Though high views or low views, I knew that views were never really the driving factor as to why I made videos, so I just figured that I'd do what I could and try to readjust to everything. What was interesting to see, though, was how many bigger channels that I thought had barely even cared for my existence, said that they were happy to have me back. That was very heartwarming and welcoming. And I figured that if I'm going to get back into video production, I may as well try my best to improve my quality and content. So I did things like new layouts, and I updated my YouTube banner, and I did whatever I could to make my videos more presentable and eye-catchy. The first walkthrough that I did once I resumed my video production was for Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. And with that game, since it's one of my favorites, I decided that I wanted to make my walkthrough more thorough and complete. And that eventually led into my other videos being more presentable. In fact, it started becoming quite common for me to tell miniature stories to explain why certain videos came to be of existence on my channel. Why would I walk through a certain game? Why would I make a video in a specific fashion? Why did I get certain amiibo? You get the idea. And whenever I did upload a video that hit the mark, it did reasonably well. It was also around this time that I began using the whole Adobe suite, so I switched from Sony Vegas to Adobe Premiere. And so I started updating some other things as well, such as the text font I would use in my videos, and how certain effects would be presented in my videos, so on and so forth. It was still a constant struggle to regain viewership, but at least I can say that I tried to do some more compelling things. And then, from there, once I started making videos again, I still strived to upload a new one every day. Sure, there were 1 or 2 days that I missed here and there, but for the most part, I was able to provide content pretty consistently. I was still providing walkthroughs on weekdays and online matches on weekends, and I had continued to attend events such as E3 and the Sonic 25th Anniversary Party, and Nintendo even began re-inviting me to some of their other exclusive events. So overall, things tried to go back to normal. Kinda. Then, between July and August, I had taken a few days off so that I could work on my 8-year anniversary video. That video was a large recollection of my thoughts throughout the year, and I explained that it had always been my dream to become a video game designer. I wanted to make a fun and successful video game. So I actually took some time to start sitting down and write some documents so that I could actually compile my game ideas, all the while trying to consistently create videos on a daily basis. In an attempt to create more presentable videos, I began creating walkthroughs for simple games like Pikmin, where the thumbnails would keep track of the progress that I made, while the descriptions would include timestamps stating what I had done in the video. It took a little longer to make each video, but I figured as long as they were presentable and useful for people that needed a walkthrough, that's what counted. There was also another struggle of trying to get weekend videos ready, as a lot of people had gone their separate ways, and due to this previous drama, some people didn't want to talk to me anymore. I had done what I could to maintain my consistency, and despite my new lower viewership, people still seemed to enjoy the content that I could create. Then, toward the end of September, Gerard the Completionist had actually contacted me. I previously asked some friends to ask him if he had any open job opportunities, and he actually responded to me and asked if I was still interested in working for him. From there, I went in for a job interview, and right after the interview, I was hired on the spot. And so, starting in the last week of September, I officially began working for That One Video Gamer as a video editor. I figured that this would allow me to better practice my skills, and I figured that working for the company would potentially open up the door of possibilities for my future. Like I said earlier, my dream is to become a video game designer, and although I might not have the proper knowledge on how to create a game, working for a company like this is as close as I can get to creating a game, for the time being. And it's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to work for the company, and I've gotten to work with so many talented and wonderful people. However, after working there, creating videos for my own channel became a bit more difficult. At the time I began working there, I had been working on a walkthrough for Pikmin 2. With that walkthrough specifically, many parts were over an hour long due to the structure of the game. As a result, my video schedule had become inconsistent. At least, this time my excuse for not making videos for my own channel was because I was making videos for other channels, but the fact of the matter was that it just wasn't feasible to consistently make Pikmin 2 videos while I worked for another company where I was editing more videos. I eventually wound up finishing the walkthrough, and from there I was able to get a bit more into the regular groove of things, but the fact of the matter was Pikmin 2 kinda hurt my channel as well. But with the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, I launched a new weekend series called Pokemon Bata, which is based off of another Pokemon series that I had previously uploaded under the same name. I figured that this was a series where I could further test my editing and design skills, while also getting to battle friends and fans in a game franchise as wonderful as Pokemon. Plus, whenever I had spare time at work, I was actually able to edit videos for this series, so that worked out as well. Plus, the release of Shantae Half Genie Hero also resparked some viewership in my channel. Of course, it's a new game, and a common strategy to get viewers on your channel is to walk through or let's play a new game, but I knew from the get-go that I was going to make a walkthrough for this game. I was a Kickstarter backer of it, I played several demos of the game on my channel, and overall I was just a huge fan and I was excited to finally play it. And of course, during all this time, both during my ups and my downs, I've been a writer for GoNintendo.com. It's been fun to work for the site, and it's an honor to even be associated with them to this day. So as you can probably tell, throughout the year, I've been very, very busy. And here we are now. Now, it would be easy to blame the faults of this year on other people and other companies, but I understand that my low viewership, my unreached goals, and my drop in consistency are most likely all due to my own actions. Perhaps I set my goals too high, or perhaps I could have reached my goals had I not gotten knocked out toward the middle of the year. But I suppose that this year hasn't been so bad. I mean, I got to meet and work with tons of talented and generous people. I got to improve the quality and presentation of my videos. I got the opportunity to start working with a fun company. And most importantly, even through all of these hardships, I have still been able to read your wonderful and thoughtful comments, so thank you very much for all of your support. So, that's 2016, but what are my plans for 2017? Well, I think that it's reasonable to say that I want to reach 100,000 subscribers. I'm closer now than I was last year, and I think that if I'm consistent enough, I'm bound to reach it. I also want to retry my goal of remaining consistent, persistent, and simplistic. So I'm going to try to, once again, go for a daily upload schedule of walkthroughs on the weekdays and multiplayer matches on the weekends. I'm also going to try to start attending some events again. In fact, I've already booked myself for PAX East, so if you guys are going to Boston in March, I hope to see you all there. And as for Twitter, I'd like to once again aim for 8,000 Twitter followers. I think that if I can reach that, that'd be awesome. Ultimately, I just want to try and figure things out. I know that that sounds vague, but that's kind of the idea. I want to try and get closer to one day making a fun and successful video game, and I want to see where my new position at That One Video Gamer will take me. I want to see if I can regain the viewership on my channel, and I want to try and experience some new opportunities, so we'll just have to wait and see how things go. So, overall, I just want to try and figure out things this year. I'm still going to aim for 100,000 subscribers, I'm still going to try to maintain my ideas of consistency, persistency, and simplicity, and I'm still going to try and pursue any other goals that I have. And it's all worth it because of your continued support. I don't know if I say thank you enough, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you very much. Thank you all for helping me get through 2016, and thank you all for sticking with me as we go into 2017. It really means a lot, and I hope that I can do whatever I can to make you all happy. So, see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!